Okay, so I watched all the videos, and I cared about them just like I said I would, and they are very good. Um, you still have the same good things that you were doing before. Really good presence, really good engagement with the camera. By the way, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little choppy, but I can hear you.
Okay. Um, so you're doing the same good things that you were before, but I think the structure that David gave you really helps. And I think that you were a lot more confident and free with yourself this time. And I also think that you like the subject matter better.
Good. I'm so glad you liked them.
Yeah, I did. I'm actually really impressed. You really with video. It's the strangest thing because it's much more about getting over a certain wall or a certain threshold. You know how like with a flood, like one more inch of rain can mean a whole city gets flooded. 1 inch less, nothing happens, right? It's just a threshold. And I think video is very much the same way. Like you either really kind of nail it, or you kind of don't. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's really compelling when you say "come over with me" to Ally Explosion. I felt like I was like, okay, where are we going? I felt like getting up and going somewhere with you. All right, great. Let's try that again. Hey there.
Hey, sorry.
No,
God, it's so bad tonight. I don't know what is with this internet.
maybe because you're in India.
Yeah, it's definitely part of it. Okay, yay, I can hear you like loud and clear.
Okay,
Awesome.
great, great. Yeah, and I'm really patient for this sort of thing until we just get it right. And I've got a nice window, at least 15 minutes. I can chat with you here. Um,
Okay.
so okay, so it's really strong. This time was really really strong. These videos were really strong. They were different than before. Before you were doing good, and we really had a basis to work with. But you having more structure and more confidence in yourself, and I also think you liking the subject matter more. Like you really like the game. You really like the mystery method stuff. The artist seduction is really interesting to you. Um, talking about the friends. I mean, I think that the subject matter was all really there. I think you especially liked the books.
Yeah, I really did. I had a lot of fun making those videos.
Yeah. Now with the jump cuts, which is the only way that you can edit on a single video camera, the way that we did my show, you watched my show. It's not like I did it all in one take. The way we edited it was we stacked two cameras on top of each other. One was a wide shot, and one was a narrow shot. And the only way to be able to make pretty seamless looking edits is to do it that way, stack cameras. But that's not, it's totally different direction than what we're doing here. And actually, the video testimonials in my show, we do use jump cuts. I think the jump cuts are just fine. Are you following what I'm saying by jump cuts? The kind of edits that you made.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. Lonely Girl uses them on purpose. Those Lonely Girl 15 videos. I'm almost sure that Hot for Words uses them too. Um, John Pemberthy doesn't, but he's really in a different format than you're in, where he's kind of doing kind of direct sales all the time with people. With ours, like your videos are intended to be really kind of personal. It's a one-on-one conversation with you, but it's not really a business conversation like John's is, even though it's a part of a business. It's more like they're meeting Emily, the person. You're in your bedroom. They're kind of talking to you. It's like they're having a Skype call with you.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense? So it
Yeah, yeah.
so like for instance, if I was talking to you, like if I had met you on whatever Match.com or Plenty of Fish, right, instead of the way we did meet, and we were talking and we were Skyping right now, if 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 sometimes if the video like got stuck for a second, I wouldn't be like, screw this girl, I'm not going to talk to her, right? Like,
Yeah.
does that make sense? I wouldn't be like, I'm losing interest in this person, right? I'd be like, oh, this is fun. She's a cool girl. She's pretty. She likes me. This is great. So I think it's much more that kind of thing, or more like if you were talking to your mom on Skype, on video Skype, or something like that, where it's just more of an intimate conversation, and your energy being up really fills up the video. One lesson I want you to know: this show is that the camera tends to suck the life out of you a little bit. It's like a little bit of a life vampire. You know how they say you like look 5 pounds heavier or something like that on the camera or something like that?
Yeah, I know
Um,
what you mean.
well, in the same way, the video camera tends to kind of suck the life out of you. Like it tends to, um, you just don't look as alive. And so when you're being really big, that's what my director would always say to me. What Tim would always say to me, he's like, I need it bigger. I need it bigger. He would just say to me again and again and again. He's like, be bigger, be bigger. And obviously he didn't mean like go and eat a hamburger and French fries and a Coke. He meant
Yeah.
like more energy, fill things up. More enthusiasm, because you have to break through that barrier, and you know there's a lot of other options that people have when they're surfing the internet. They're looking for something interesting, and what Tim would say. I really learned a lot from him about this. What Tim would say is that you have to. Um, he would call it like channel stopping. Like you need to have kind of like something channel stopping about you. For me, obviously it's the drop dead good looks. Um,
Yeah.
but for you, no, I'm just joking around. No, but seriously, like you really have that channel stopping look. Um, but then if your energy isn't up, then you really lose that edge. Does that make sense?
Yes, definitely.
So, for example, like let me pull up and I'll just like sit here with you just a little bit, and let's just. I know you can't watch it because you can't see what's on my camera, but let's just watch your video game just for a couple seconds here, okay?
Okay.
All right. I know it's always a little hard to listen to yourself, so
Oh,
I,
it's so weird.
yeah, but well, that's another barrier I really want you to get through. That's why I'm doing this with you, okay? All right, so here we go.
Okay.
I'm kind of jumping kind of the middle of the video.
Upon buying it on Amazon. I was so into it. I think the big wow about the game is that it reveals this whole underground world of pickup that I didn't even know existed. Like these people are real, these techniques really work. And throughout Neil Strauss's narrative, you get to learn about all the main names in pickup today. You learn about mystery.
So all right, a couple things. First of all, I just saw a jump cut, and it was no problem for me. Okay.
Okay,
Um,
good.
Second of all, it's almost hard for me to stop. Like even though I'm talking to you right now, it's almost hard for me to stop. Like I'm just sort of feeling myself emotionally. I want to just kind of, by inertia, I just want to kind of keep watching the video, even though I just watched it a few minutes ago. So it
Yeah,
really,
that's so good.
yeah, it really has that gravity. What people say with writing like sales letters and sales videos. Travis. Have you ever met Travis, who's also Jonathan's partner, Travis Sago?
No, I have not met Travis yet.
Travis is really brilliant. I really want you to meet him. Anyways, Travis watched my TV show, and he calls me up, and he's like, "I want to buy." He's like, "Where do I buy? Where do I get your book? I want to buy it." And that's like that's the kind of compliment that you want. Like when someone calls you about your video or whatever, or comments about it, they don't want you to be like, "You looked good. That was good. I liked how you did this. I liked how you did that." Of course, I'm doing that for you, kind of on purpose to help you understand. But what I feel is, damn, I want to watch this. Damn, I want to go over to Ally Explosion with her. When you say at the end of the video, I mean, really, like, and I think it's worth listening to. Like, really, without that close, it's really loses its teeth because you're getting to the end of the video. What's going to happen, right? Like, if it's just gonna be like, okay, see you later. It's like, oh, it's like not getting the phone number. Like, if you met somebody, you met a cute guy that you liked, and you wanted him to get your phone number, or you wanted to give him your phone number, and something happened. It's kind of a buzzkill if you don't get it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's listen to that. We're just gonna listen to the ending. It's like the last 20 seconds.
A lot. It's great if you are just trying to learn about dating and the pickup world. I learned a lot from the game, but I also learned a lot from Professor Jonathan Green at AliExplosion.com. If you want to get to know Jonathan or you'd like to see more of my videos, follow me over to AliExplosion.com right now.
It's great. It's just it's a great ending. You have a kind of a little wry smile on your face when you say, if you want to see a little bit more of my videos. That's not the kind of thing that you can plan for, but it's good. It's like really good. Like I can just tell you're passionate. And it's interesting because before that, there's another jump cut before you go to the close of things. Again, it works just fine. Um, but you know, this is real quality work. I think that one of the things that you've got to get yourself to do, you got to get yourself to watch these videos. I like when I make a video, my show, I've probably watched it 100 times.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm just so narcissistic. Like when I first started listening to stuff of myself, my mom gave me this little tape recorder. You probably don't even know what a tape recorder is. But anyways,
No, I do.
okay. Well, anyways, when I was a little kid, my mom gave me this tape recorder, and I would just tell myself jokes and listen to it, and I would just be stunned. I was like, "Oh, do I sound like that? It just sounds so bad." But I think weirdly enough, I think having that tape recorder really helped me because I would tell myself a joke or tell myself a story and listen to it and do it again and again, and I think that's weirdly one of the biggest skills. When I first met Eric Mystery, one of the things that really helped me, and you know, Eric and I, we were both really focused on video at the time because he was just doing his show, and we would talk a lot about video and presence on video, and he had a lot of good things to say about it. He would talk about, like for him, he really needed to be dramatic, so he would really speak slowly. Like, that was a big thing for him. Speaking slowly is not necessarily going to help you or hurt you when it comes to doing video, but it's more being really being aware that there's a real person. You know, did you kind of remember to like really talk to someone, like ideally talk to me or talk to somebody dear to you that you really engaged with?
Yeah. I actually started thinking about that in the middle of when I was making one of the videos because at first I was kind of nervous and kind of tried to script things a little bit, and
Which video was that? Which video was that?
Probably actually the mystery video because it was the first one I shot, and it was so funny. Like I just woke up and I hadn't even said like verbally talked to anybody, so I definitely messed up a few parts. Just
Yeah.
just waking up and like verbal
Yeah,
diarrhea.
that's a really good because I was a little surprised at how much bigger your energy was on the game video versus the mystery video. Because the mystery video is still really good, but your energy definitely picked up during it. So I'm not surprised to hear you say that that's, you know. So one of the things that you can do, you always want to practice perfect, but with shooting video, you really need to have the willingness to rehearse and redo, rehearse, watch, redo. You know, David and I were really top level card players. We were the best in the world. You know, we were ranked number 1 and number 2 in the world when we played Magic professionally, and we were very different than other people in the way that we practiced. David insisted, instead of a lot of practice that was very sloppy, which is what most people would do, they would think like the more games I practice, the better. But if I make a mistake, I can just kind of take it back and that's okay or whatever. But instead, we would practice very slow and very intense and very carefully. And then when we were done with a given game, instead of going to the next game, we could spend an hour just reflecting on that one game that we had just played. So, does that sort of make a little bit of sense to you? Like with video, you need to have the same kind of intensity. Instead of, it's really not a game of volume. It's a game of quality.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
So the number one thing for you to do, the number one like takeaway from this, and writing this down is important. You got to be rewatching your videos. For every video you shoot, you should definitely be watching it at least 3 or 4 times, and try to enjoy it. Try to engage with it. You know, of course you're not going to know exactly, like you're going to need somebody else to watch it to reflect back to you ultimately whether it's good or not. But you have to learn to be your own audience, because it's practice with an audience that makes you stronger and makes you better.
That sounds like very good advice.
Okay, great,
That.
great. And it really is, by the way, like that's how that's how Metallica got to be great. That's how Pretty Lights got to be great. You know, they would just do their music, listen to it, you know, get an audience, get a small audience, you know, get feedback, boos, cheers, you know, beer, somebody chucking a beer bottle at them. Well, let's not do that again. Okay. So, and of course, like as we get these videos up and out and ranked, you'll get more feedback from people, you know, and that'll be good. But for now, like the feedback really primarily is between you and I on these. And with Jonathan, he's just totally understandable what he was saying. It's good that he watched the videos. He just doesn't happen to be right in this case on the jump cuts. And there's also not really a way, like if you don't know that you can make jump cuts, then you're just gonna wind up kind of feeling nervous all the time. Like it's gonna be jacked up all the time. Does that make sense? Like it's gonna be like you're gonna be double-minded all the time because you're gonna be afraid of making a mistake, and then that kills the whole take, and you have to do it again. And what if you said something that was really good? You know, it just you'll just wind up arguing with yourself in your own head.
I gotcha.
So don't be afraid of the jump cut. I don't want to start doing them intentionally. I thought that through actually, because it's actually in a lot of ways, a lot of times it's a good effect. It also just shows that you're human. Like one of the things I said about the jump cuts is you take like it's not like you're saying 5 words jump cut, 5 words jump cut, right? Like you're usually talking, you know, at least 30 seconds at a time or a minute at a time. And then maybe there's a a brief jump cut. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. I think we are good. Let's see. So, all right. So the takeaway here is to watch yourself. That's the biggest thing. And remember, it's going to be 2 articles for every video. So one of the good things you can do is use that as an excuse to watch your videos to get ideas for writing articles. And again, the site articles are a 9 or a 10, and the YouTube videos can be between like a 6 and an 8 out of 10. Did I lose you? I lost you.